Bro, we just fucking chilling, bro. You the big dog, man. You the big dog with Konkret Comics. So anytime that I can fucking hop on and fucking make some shit happen with you, bro, I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Listen, bro, I'm down with doing this every week, man, because it's always something to talk about, bro. It's always something to talk about.
Always. So let me introduce you, bro. And you really don't need any introduction. I got Lonzo, the big dog, the CEO of Konkret Comics. We all know Konkret Comics got mad titles. I mean, we got Decimation Earth, Acolyte, Odina, Tanakh. What else do we have?
Absolver,
Watchmen, Sister Soldier,
Andy Starville.
Mad shit. A lot of titles there. So
a lot of titles, man.
Appreciate you hopping on. We're gonna get right to the shit. So what were we talking about? We were talking about Thor: Love and Thunder. Give me your take on it. You just saw it. I saw it when it first dropped. Let's hear it.
So for me, man, you know, I had took my time myself, just chilling. There was a lot of TV on at the time, man, and I normally go to see all the MCU movies in the theaters. For some reason, I just fell back from Thor. I was chilling. It might have been because of the critics, man. The critics were going crazy on Thor: Love and Thunder. Mm-hmm. Like, they weren't giving it a chance. So this past week, I finally sat around and watched it. And I was like, yo, I never heard how glorious he turned all these kids into Thor. I didn't hear about this. I didn't hear about, you know what I'm saying? I didn't hear about how his hammer was so jealous of the other hammer, it kept creeping up. I thought that was hilarious, man. Like, I mean, and I feel like most of that humor stuff they were talking about, although it was spread out, but most of it was in the beginning, like in the first 25 minutes. Then it had its serious spots, had its dry spots. It was a good mix. To me, It wasn't too different from how Ragnarok was told. Just a little more loose, but it was very similar to that type of storytelling.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah, for me, I was the same thing. I watched Thor: Love and Thunder the weekend that it came out, so I caught it way before all of the critics and everybody was trashing it. I liked it. I liked the action. I thought Gore the God Butcher could be a little bit more. I thought he could have did a little bit more God butchering, if that makes sense. I wanted to see him kill a lot more people. I love the fight scenes that they had. I love the fights that they had in the Shadow Realm. I love the fights that they had afterward. I thought it was dope and funny, creative, but outside of the box when Thor had all of them pick up just like random shit and they were fighting also. I thought that was funny as hell. Yeah, that whole shit had like James Gunn written all over it. I didn't think it was anywhere near as bad as the critics thought it was. I can also have some small critiques about it. But the fucking thing about the critics is, and this is what I was telling you before, and this is for fucking major critics, and this is just for people in general. Critics are like crackheads, right? That's literally how they are. It's like, when a crackhead gets that first little like vial, that first little hit of crack, and they smoke it, and it's like euphoria. It's like the best shit ever. But then as time goes on, it's like, yo, that little vial ain't cutting it for you. And it's like, you need 2 vials. You need more. It's like now you're going from spoons to pipes to needles and all that shit. It's like, yo, the shit that was getting us off in the early MCU, they're still keeping that up. And now it's like, yo, we need more. So like, we got to understand, it's like, yo, like MCU is doing what MCU is supposed to be doing, which is giving us these amazing stories that are way better than what all of the other superhero comic books are doing. I think that MCU is competing with itself right now. So it's going to take them some time to kind of discover like, how can we do stuff that's new, that is not too PC, because I see people kind of, fighting over that. I see people fighting over the CGI, and I see people fighting over the jokes. Those are like the 3 biggest things that people are super upset, complaints, whatever about.
Well, see, how I look at it, man, when I look at this superhero genre, you know what, first, let me tackle, my thoughts on the critics is where, I feel like the Hollywood critics, and then like the people like us that are critiquing things. For the people like us that are critiquing things, for one, I think a lot of them are just doing clickbait, man. Because a lot of them can't be dead ass with some of the stuff that they're saying. Like, you know what I'm saying, like, some of it is like, if you're really into your comics and you're just if you're just generally going to be entertained when you go to the movies, you can't just be like, yo, this is trash. Like, there's no way I can look at Black Adam and say, yo, this is garbage. Like, how? I just can't comprehend that. So when it comes to these critics that's like me and you, I feel like it's either clickbait or they're just so diluted from the high that you're talking about that it takes them so much more to get high off of a superhero movie now. Now, when it comes to Hollywood, I feel like they're purposely trying to sabotage these movies so that superhero genre won't be at the top no more. Because all those other sappy, I fell in love with a spoon at my husband's funeral stuff. That's not flying right now. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to see that. And
so why do you think
always really upset at that?
Why do you think Hollywood is trying to attack the superhero genre? Because I have a different take on it. I don't think that Hollywood is trying to attack the superhero genre. I think that Hollywood is trying to attack the players that doesn't support major Hollywood, if that makes sense. So I'll let you go first, and then I'll kind of give my take on it.
Well, I feel like, back in the, I wouldn't say back in the day. I'll just say before the MCU, blockbusters were reserved for summertime. All them other months, you got the Sleepless in Seattles and the Married in Manhattans. All them things came out. You know what I'm saying?
Fall asleep during it. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. But back then the blockbusters were reserved for the summer. All the Jurassic Parks, the Bad Boys, and whatever was big Independence Day came out in the summer. You got Endgame dropping in like February's now, and you got Spider-Man in May. Like, they're taking every month, and they're just taking all the money, man. And there is so much oversaturation, and then you leak into the television. You got HBO Max and Netflix and Disney Plus, and they're just taking everything, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, shows really have to be good for people to really tune in now, because if not, we're gonna go and get entertained by, these superheroes fighting. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. Your take actually might be better than mine, because now that I think about it, since you said it, it's like, yeah, you're right. Because I remember when I was younger, Independence Day, obviously that was in the summer, obviously Independence Day, but like Bad Boys, Spider-Man, even X-Men. I think X-Men always came out Memorial Day weekend. That was like a huge weekend where you knew like superhero movies had to plan it out so they get this Memorial Day spot. X-Men, I'm pretty sure, always had like a Memorial Day spot when they were dropping. In summer.
Yeah, so most of them wanted to catch the people on summer vacation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then now we have with Marvel, it's like, like they just picked the most craziest months.
Whenever we want, we drop it, bro. It is what it is. There's nothing to do about it.
We had the big blockbusters during the summer, and then we'll had like the kids blockbuster shit between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Like Harry Potter was always around that until like some of the older series came out, and I guess maybe they came out. I don't know. I gotta like fucking look back at it, but I could like remember like, a lot of the big kids movies came out during that Christmas and Thanksgiving, because that's when all the kids had off.
Bro, last year, December, they dropped Spider-Man and The Matrix. What Christmas movies do you remember coming out last year? You know what I'm saying? Some came out. Well, but you don't remember.
I don't remember.
Spider-Man came out. Matrix
you don't give a fuck about Christmas movies, yo. It's like, if you ain't watching Home Alone 1 or 2, it's like, what Christmas movie you watching? If you ain't watching Santa Claus, it's like, yo, we ain't watching nothing else.
Yeah, it's even when remember when Black Panther came out, the first one, that was in February. That was right around right around Valentine's Day. It was like February 16th. So think about how much money they took from them Valentine movies that weekend. It was done. It was over.
That was the Valentine's Day movie. Fuck all them Valentine's Day. Because Valentine's Day movies are trash, bro. It's like, we don't want to, like, I mean, I'm a guy, I'm saying that, but there's probably people that do like those type of movies.
Bro, I took my wife to see Black Panther on Valentine's Day. You know what I'm saying? Most people were doing that, especially people in the culture was doing that for sure. So, you know what I mean? It's just for Hollywood, I feel like they're losing a lot of. They're afraid of the continuous losing of money, and not only that, superhero movies were never getting nominated for awards back then. They would never get
Okay.
nominated. Like you would have to have a movie like Avatar or something like that was going to get nominated. But Blade didn't get nominated, and Blade is glorious. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's glorious to us. I don't know if it's glorious to like award shows like that, especially back then. You know,
back then it wouldn't have been, but now in this fandom, if Blade came out now, it would be so big that they would have to consider it.
That second Blade movie is the best one out of all three of them.
Second Blade Joan was cool. Third one, I enjoyed it too because I thought Dracula was a little smooth on that Joan. You know what I'm saying?
Really? I don't know. Yo, I like the
I don't think it was as good as the second one.
Yeah,
I feel like Blade 2 was definitely glorious because it was like, you know, it's hard for movies to step up from the first one. I feel like that second one was like a jump of the threat, and we was like, damn, how Blade gonna handle this? You know what I'm saying? So but yeah, man, I feel like critics are getting out of hand now, man. That's just bottom line, bro. And it's even spreading into the video game world. I just bought the Gotham Knights thing. I'm seeing all these bad reviews, people going crazy. Yo, it's trash. I play it. I'm like, yo, what's happening here?
It's crazy that you said that because, you know, same thing. Like, I'll see the comments in Facebook and everybody saying this shit's trash, 30 FPS, and like this generation, like that's unheard of and all this shit. Then it comes out, I see somebody playing it on TikTok with like one of their boys. They're doing a co-op. I'm like, yo, they're making this shit kind of low fly.
Bro,
so it's fun, like you don't know what's good until that shit actually drops.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Look, people still, it's a lot of hate that the game Marvel's Avengers gets. But I can tell you right now, I'm in the community of Marvel Avengers, and it's not dead at all. Like, we on there every day. It's just you know what it is, man. The voice of the people, the voice of the dislike is always louder than the likes. So, and those are the people that mostly express themselves. If I don't like something, I really don't talk about it because I didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even want you to know I saw that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't like something, I will shit on it all day, bro. That's the whole reason I started this platform, is so I could shit on shit that I fucking hate. You know, I'm a fucking grade A hater, bro.
Oh no, see, I think that's I think we need that, but now it's that genre is oversaturated. You know what I'm saying? People hating things is oversaturated. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'll do it like jokingly, or I'll do it passionately. Like if something is really trash, like Wonder Woman 1984, whatever that shit was, I don't give a damn what. They need to get that whole year out of the years. Like when I'm scrolling through like my doctor's office and it's like 1985, they need to just skip 1984 and go right to 1983 because that movie was so bad, it shitted on the whole entire year. That was the worst superhero movie that has ever been created in modern times, like in the last 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, I think Wonder Woman 84, it missed every mark. The humor mark, it was a super drop from the first one. It was like it was like if Wonder Woman was going like this, that joint said, and then it stopped. It didn't move after that. It just went down. Now we're waiting for it to start the engines again. You know what I'm saying? So,
and that's why a certain type of hate is needed. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some hates that I understand it, but it's like, is it needed? So there's this whole hate culture of people hating the new MCU or just any content in general that is PC, publicly correct, is woman focused, women empowerment, LGBTQ representation, like all of this shit. And you know, I'm not gonna say the demographic of people that are hating because I don't want to stereotype because there's more behind it. I do understand why there's a hate because there's a certain level of integrity that comic books and nerd people do want in their content, that when you put this publicly correct or this, what they call it, like woke agenda in some of the content, sometimes it does tamper with the quality of the project, but sometimes it's like, yo, maybe you're just hating because you don't fucking like women. Like, you know,
That could be the thing because I look at it like this, man. I was never in my whole life. I was never really a She-Hulk fan. You know, I'm a Hulk fan. I was always an Incredible Hulk fan. I'm never really a She-Hulk fan. I didn't really know too much about her. So when the show came out, I wasn't even expecting anything. I just watched it because I watch. I'm trying to be entertained. I want to see what it's about. So when I watched She-Hulk, I didn't see nothing wrong with it. I didn't really know the character anyway. So I thought it was a dope concept of like, I don't think everything needs to be, you know, superheroes, shoot 'em up, bang, smash, and everything. I think it was dope that we got to see a different side of the MCU. Like we got to see the lawyer side, how the criminal justice system works in the MCU. To me, as a writer and a comic creator, that blew my mind because it fills in another piece to the universe. It's like, damn. So when they blow up cars, this is who they call to sue those superheroes. Exactly. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like, remember in the first Spider-Man movie with Vulture, and he was selling old parts from the crash.
The Battle in New York.
Battle in New York. That's just a piece added into the universe that you can build on, and that to me is what makes the Disney Plus shows dope. Although it's not a Thanos thing. They're not fighting Kang, but it just shows what else is going on the smaller side of town, and to me, that's dope, man.
Yeah, it's like, it's like if you're gonna critique something, it's like, have some fucking valid points. Like, actually bring something to the table. Like, just don't use the words like woke. Just don't use the words like, first of all, comic books have always had women counterparts. Comic book heroes have always had like women counterparts. So one of the things that my wife asked me, she was like, how come Marvel is doing all of like women versions of the original characters? I was like, these were actually written in the comic books. Like She-Hulk has been around for mad long. Mighty Thor has been around. Riri Williams, she's been around for a couple of years. She's pretty new. Who else? There's just a lot of it. So I understand it's like, what'd you say?
No, I was saying you got Riri, you got they did the Disney Plus of Hawkeye. You know what I'm saying? Kate Bishop.
Yep, Kate Bishop. Yeah, so that's always been in the comics, and we're just using the source material. But like, if you want to say something about She-Hulk, as far as like the fighting, like maybe the fighting was a little stiff on her end, or the CGI was a little off. Like those critiques, we need those because we need these companies to step up the production side on things like that. Like if we don't like the CGI, get that shit out of there and up the CGI. If we don't like the choreographing of the fights, or maybe there is no choreographing, or maybe they were lazy on it, all right, perfect, let's do that. But don't just say like, I don't like the story, it's boring, or it's dog shit. It's like, why is it dog shit? Oh, because it's this and that. It's like, well, this story is about a woman superhero. So you're a guy. Do you understand how women are?
Yeah, like I didn't understand the hate Ms. Marvel was getting, because I was like, it's about a young girl, bro. Like, I don't know what you want to get from this. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Like, I'm watching.
You wanted her to fight drug dealers? Like, who'd you guys want her to fight? What do you want her to do? She's in high school. She's a kid. Like, this was like an elevated Disney Channel TV show. And I was like, this is dope for what it is. Like, everything can't be that original Incredible Hulk movie that you want, where it's just macho, manly, and shit blown up. Like,
on top of that, she just got her powers. Like, she wasn't trained. She didn't have Nick Fury in her corner helping her, none of that stuff like that. So I watched her from the viewing of a young girl learning that she was, a mutant, I guess, right? now that in MCU, but even I knew we were in trouble with the critics when the first 3 episodes of WandaVision, and people were losing their mind, like, what is this? I'm like, y'all can't comprehend that there's something wrong here in the show, like, and that's the good thing. I couldn't understand how people were like so upset that it was like an old school theme, and I was like, y'all can't be this slow, man. You know what I'm saying?
It can't be this slow or this like unoriginal or boring as far. It's like, it's like they're experimenting. They're doing new stuff outside of the box. Like, this shit is fucking awesome. Like, if this was anything else outside of Marvel, you guys probably would have thought this was fucking amazing, right?
Right. How how they did so good on WandaVision that the whole entire season people were trying to throw out names of who it is. So people were like, yo, it gotta be Mephisto, it gotta be Nightmare, it gotta be this, it gotta be that. That's how you know that you got a good show, because people are like really trying to figure out, like, yo, who's doing this? What's doing this? What's doing that? So to say that's not good writing or good storytelling, we were all talking about it. Bloggers were going crazy on YouTube, Easter egg and zooming in the hands and stuff. They were going crazy for that.
Yeah,
and then you jump to Loki.
That shit I like, man. That shit I like.
Yeah. And then you jump to Loki. Loki was a dope show. It opened up. The way it connected to Endgame was crazy. That was dope. You know what I'm saying? Like how we saw that Loki in Endgame grab the damn cube and disappear. Now we see him in the show. What happened to him? Like that was perfect. And if I was to rank the Disney Plus shows so far, I think my top 2 would be Wanda and Loki. 3,
okay.
I don't know. I know I probably like Moon Knight the least. Not that it wasn't dope. Not that it wasn't dope. It just I see myself not really caring if another one comes out or not. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind if another one came out, but it's not like I'm not like, you know what I mean? Like really drearing on it. You know what I mean?
Okay, I'm different. I actually really fucking like Moon Knight. I thought that Oscar Isaac did the whole multiple personality schizophrenic thing amazingly. I thought that I was just focused. Forget about when he was Moon Knight. Just when he was his regular self, I was entertained. And then when he was Moon Knight, I was even more entertained because it was like a treat whenever he turned into Moon Knight. I actually really, really like that show. I mean, if I could rank the shows, did you see Werewolf by Night?
Seen them all, bro. I seen them all.
That shit was fire. That shit was fire. They need to do mini shit like that too.
No, I love that, John. Like I like all the MCU shows. I like them all for different reasons. I like Moon Knight, but I want to see. I think what would set me off of it if I see Moon Knight, if I see him crossing over, that's when I'll be hyped. Like, yo, that's kind of lit. You know what I'm saying?
We definitely need the crossovers.
Oh yeah, seeing him crossover. I'm very excited for Loki number 2, and I want to see what's happening in this Captain America movie, because the world we saw in Falcon and Winter Soldier was very interesting, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel like that movie is going to be dope. Armor Wars, that's being turned into a movie now. That's just
I'm most excited for Secret Wars, man. Like Samuel in his own show. Come on, man.
I don't know what Secret Wars is going to be about. That's
what blows my mind. That's what's getting me, because I'm like,
that's gonna be on.
Because if Secret Wars is what it is, then that means we could be seeing Tony again. We could be seeing Cap. We could be seeing these people, and they weren't who they were back then.
Yeah, if they bring Tony back, it's a wrap. That automatic $1 billion, automatic billion. If they bring Captain America back, automatic $1 billion.
And see Samuel in a show by himself, because it's supposed to be a show, right? So Samuel in a show.
No, so there's Secret Wars. There's Avengers Secret Wars that's going to be a movie, and then there's Secret Invasion, which is Nick Fury's show with the Skrulls, who are basically, I guess, like running around infiltrating, like, and portraying themselves as government officials. Like that shit. I feel like that shit is what Marvel fans who are complaining about Phase 4, they're gonna appreciate that shit. I feel like they're gonna appreciate the Captain America series, and what else? There's one more. I can't remember it, but yeah, they're gonna appreciate those 2 things. We're all for rip. I'm telling you that right now.
See, I'm gonna be dead ass, but I think the Nick Fury show is the one show I don't want no humor. I want pissed off Sam the whole time.
It's gonna be straight. The whole time. Akimbo guns all day. I could already sense it, bro. That for just from the trailer, bro. The trailer looked fucking amazing.
The trailer, yo, Sam looked pissed off, didn't he? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Sam looked like he'd been through it for a couple
Samuel
years.
Jackson, bro, he can do anything, and we're gonna fucking love it, bro. Samuel Jackson's like, is like Snoop Dogg. Like those two people, like they can do whatever, and we're gonna fucking love it.
What if he recruits the Young Avengers in his show to fight the invasion?
That would be dope. I would like to see. I don't want to see. I want to see ones that are like I want to see Kate Bishop in that scenario. I want to see Kate Bishop. I would like to see Anthony Mackie as Captain America. Like I want to see the ones that could keep it down to earth and like gritty. Like I don't want to see Kamala Khan. I don't. Yeah, I just want like that government official like type of shit.
Well, I think they would do the Captain America that we saw, the one that was the old one's grandson. He
USA. Oh wait, which one?
No, the young black dude. He's a Captain America as well. The one that was the older Captain America. He was his grandson. He answered the door.
Oh, he's a Captain America too.
He's a Captain America. Yeah, in the comics he gets a blood transfusion from his grandpa because he was about to die.
And that's how shit. That's fire. Yo, I wish I had a family member that fucking had like fire ass superpowers, yo. It's like, yo, I'm thinking about booking a flight to like fucking Chernobyl or something just so I could like stay there and get some radiation and see what fucking happens, yo.
Yeah, so it's a lot of possibilities, and that's why I love the MCU, man, because they're not afraid to give us lesser known characters and be like, I don't care if y'all like it or not, we're gonna do it out. And that's what I think DC is figuring out that is working for them is the lesser known characters. Like we're tired of Batman, Superman all the time. Start giving us these other cats. Start giving us Peacemakers and these other random people. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, we tired of Batman and Superman because they don't fucking do them justice. That's why. Unintended. They wasn't doing them justice. They were disrespecting Henry Cavill. They're not even treating Batman like it's like, yo, there's like 37 million Batmans. It's like, all right, Aquaman, great casting. Like they need to kind of, be a little bit more serious with Aquaman. I don't know they need to get Ezra Miller the fuck out of here. They need to just get somebody else. They gotta get somebody else. Yeah, they gotta get somebody else.
I don't know why they don't just bring the dude from the TV, man. He's a really good Flash.
For some reason, they don't like mixing the television series with their movies, and I don't know why. I know they had that like Ezra Miller, Grant Gustin, Flash cameo during one of the Flash episodes, but that was just about it. Like they don't really like doing anything else. And I get it. It's CW. It's like they want to keep it so that people are watching that channel because that channel's been around for like decades. They don't want to. Yeah, and the money aspect, they don't want to draw attention away from it, even though more attention would probably be drawn to it if they started to blend the two universes or do it in a justifiable way. Like, give Grant Gustin the keys to Flash because he's been a better Flash and way longer than Ezra Miller. And he's not a fucking serial killer, child rapist, or whatever the fuck they accuse Ezra Miller. I have no idea. I'm just I'm just repeating what I see in articles. I don't fucking know. But
hey, yo, quick question. Do you think Green Arrow is gonna make the big screen?
I would like to see Green Arrow. I mean, there's so many characters in
He would be better if they did like a Justice League Unlimited type of show. But I don't think he fits in the overall Justice League now because Batman's there. Like, I don't think you need him if Batman's there.
Yeah, they kind of spinned it that Green Lantern was like the Batman, especially Batman of CW. It was like literally the same story, just a little bit different.
Right.
But I mean, they could definitely. I mean, look, DCEU can do whatever the fuck they want. They just have to do it right. Like, let's talk about Black Adam. Black Adam, I'm gonna throw on my nerd cap. Forget about like my critiques and shit. That shit was fucking fire. The Rock, for DC fans, all comic book fans, y'all gotta be getting on your knees and giving The Rock that sloppy toppy. You know what Orlando Brown was talking about to fucking like yo, that oosh gosh goosh gosh. That's what comic book fans need to be doing to The Rock and keep him in that Warner Bros. Executive studio, and don't you motherfucking leave. He needs to be doing whatever with all of the project. This motherfucker got Henry Cavill back. Bro. He got all of those execs kicked the fuck out of Warner. He is the savior that we have been fucking looking for. We need to keep The Rock happy. All comic book fans need to get on their knees right now and praise this man and give him the oosh gosh goosh gosh, because he is the one that is going to save DCEU and turn that shit into a fucking mega universe that we have been fucking dying for DC to be.
I ain't gonna lie, now that he got my boy Superman back, and that post credit, man, I was like, yo, Superman looks so glorious, bro. I was like, oh my God. Now, all he got to do is bring back Ben Affleck, man. I'm good. I'm sold. I don't care what y'all do. I don't care what y'all do after that.
I don't care about anything else. Bring Ben Affleck back as Batman. Keep Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill is
as long as he can.
The best Superman that we have ever seen. Yeah, I know my mom is like, oh, he's nowhere near the Superman of my time. What's that dude's name? Yeah, right. He fell off the horse and he became a paraplegic. I'm sorry. I'm never going to make fun of the dead. I'm never going to make fun of the handicaps. But this is fucking 2022 going into 2023. Henry Cavill is that nigga. He is the guy, Superman. Man. That is the nigga that we fucking need. Oh my God, just seeing him in that costume.
He's the one that we deserve. He's the one that we deserve, man.
And when Black Adam was like, yo, there's nobody on this planet that could fuck with me. And Amanda Waller was like, I'll get people from other planets. I'll send them all. And he was like, send them. And then this nigga Superman's in the background. He was like, yo, we need to talk. I was like, oh.
My man Superman said it's been a long time. He said, it's been a long time since the world's been nervous about somebody like this. You know what I'm saying? What up? I said, oh. I mean, Superman ain't gonna play with him.
Talking that talk, bro.
As soon as Black Adam said that, it can't nobody mess with him. I was in the back like,
I'm not gonna I'm not gonna lie. Black Adam's a fucking problem.
He's a problem.
He's almost too OP, if that makes sense.
He's definitely OP, but I don't know if he was trying to. I don't think he was trying to kill Hawkeye, but I think Hawkman couldn't even swing a Superman. He'd have been dipping. Like, remember how Zack Snyder had Superman beating up Homeboy in the Justice League movie? He's an all powerful.
Steppenwolf?
Yeah, you remember how he was looking at his punches like, bro, come on, bro.
He was like, yo, you mad slow. Like
Superman is ridiculously OP. And see, Black Adam, I think they did him the right way. Because if Superman takes him seriously, he's gonna rush him. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, you ever seen the animated series where Superman and Shazam jumped this nigga Black Adam? Black Adam was holding his own against both of them.
I did. I definitely saw it. But I know, like in the comics though, Hawkman is pretty formidable, man. Like I saw that argument on Twitter. Like people were saying, like Hawkman could really serve Black Adam in the comics, like by himself. Like he don't need Dr. Fate. He just coming in and beating you down. You know what I'm saying? So, but the way Rock set up Black Adam, he's definitely up there. I'm excited to see how they're gonna have to step Shazam up to be, he's gonna have to step up to be more serious to fight
that.
Like Black Adam.
Who was I telling this to? Was I telling it to you? I may have been telling it to somebody else. I don't feel like this Shazam could go toe to toe with anyone. Like I feel like Aquaman could watch this nigga Shazam. Like Shazam is a fucking. I feel like I could take Shazam if we being honest. I feel like I could take this Shazam. Like Shazam does not feel like a threat. That first movie was trash. I'm gonna give him a chance on this second movie because it looks kind of cool. I like the dragons and shit like that. But it's like, yo, like I can't picture Shazam fighting Black Adam. I feel like this Black Adam will put Shazam in a fucking blunt and smoke him every Sunday afternoon. There's no way this Shazam could take Black Adam.
Yeah, I think that that's when they're gonna have to bring Superman's gonna have to help him. You know what I'm saying? And even then, like, what's the future for Black Adam like? Is he gonna get beat down and just locked up and never seen again? Because that's The Rock. The Rock's not doing one shot movies like that. You know what I'm saying? So how long are they gonna keep Black Adam on? Are they gonna lean more towards the hero side of him, or are they gonna keep him right there? You know what I'm saying?
I'm not like super versed on Black Adam. I haven't like I've only like read maybe a few comics and watched a few movies with him and shit like that. So I don't know if he ends up turning good. I know the shit that I seen him in, this nigga is evil as fuck. So
he's always been on that time. He's always been on that Black Air Force energy, man. Always.
Yeah. Yeah, he was my favorite character to pick in Mortal Kombat versus DC or Justice League, whatever that shit was called.
Yeah.
Black Adam was my favorite in The Flash.
Yeah, so he doesn't think Shazam is worthy of the power. So that's why he was always on his top.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. They're gonna have to use The Rock again. I mean, there's so many different things that they need to do that they have to do outside of Black Adam anyway. Like Black Adam, Black Adam automatically has to show up for something in Shazam. So maybe he does show up at the end of Shazam, and then that's gonna lead into Shazam versus Black Adam. Whatever it is, I have no idea.
I think somebody's probably going to destroy Black Adam's land. You know what I'm saying? They're going to destroy his home, and that's going to tip him. That's going to tip him. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what it's going to be. Somebody going to tip him to like, yo, you took everything from me, bro. So I'm taking this world now. You know what I'm saying? And he probably going to go from that way.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I have no idea. And they still have to. There's still so many villains that they have to put into place. Like, all right, cool. We're getting Man of Steel 2. Who's gonna be the villain in that? I've always said, yo, why are you not using Brainiac? Brainiac needs to come into play.
I think Brainiac is more of a Justice League dude though, because Superman can't really mess with him by himself. Like if they do him like that, it'll be injustice for Brainiac. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like who the Superman we need Superman to get fucked up. Like that. It gotta be. I think
Brainiac. Will be a dope one is if like Mongol, if Superman get taken to that world where he's a little depowered, he got to fight all these other alien cats, and he got to fight Mongol, or Mongol comes to Earth, like, oh yeah, I'm about to take this over, and I'm about to create my own little battle zone, and you mix in like a cat like Lobo in there or something like that.
Yeah,
listen, tell DC to hire me, man. You know what I mean? Tell them to hire me.
That would be dope. Lobo would be dope. Bizarro would be cool too. I could see how they could do that.
They could even have that little short midget guy that you got to get him to say his name backwards. You know what I'm saying, like, I think they got to go into those bags. That's creative. Like that's like. We're not going to be expecting that villain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. It's because Superman is so OP, and this is why I fucking love Marvel movies, because none of their characters are that OP. Yeah. The only one that's on the level, I would say, is Thor and Hulk. But Thor. So I would put Hulk. Hulk. I'm sorry, I would put Thor. Hulk. The thing about him is that he's super strong, but he's very destructive. And when he's in like that Hulk bag, he's not really himself. So that he's not like the clean, washed up, like slick back hair, like all the mommies love him and shit like that. Right. Like, no. And then Thor, I would put on that level because Thor flies, super strong, has the hammer, lightning ability, and everything. He's a god, and Superman's an alien. So I can kind of put those two together. But there still has to be something about I don't know, man. It's like, when we saw Iron Man, like Iron Man is just like a dude, and he's rich, and he's got all this crazy technology, and he's smart, but he has his flaws. Like Captain America, he doesn't fly. He's strong. He's very, very strong, but he's not like, I'll punch like this whole building down strong. He doesn't like, Hawkeye, regular dude, has good aim. Black Widow, she could bust guns and she's sexy as fuck. Like,
right.
there's so many different things about these superheroes that don't make them incredibly OP, that if a villain fought them, they could either keep it ground level or they could fight at a massive scale. And, things are scalable. With Superman, you can't really scale down with Superman. It's like, if it's not like a city, if it's not a city leveling threat or a planet level threat, it's like, what the fuck? Like,
well, see, that's the thing. That's what DC can learn from Thor, is that when you think about all the Avengers movies, minus number 2, most of them were centered around threats from Thor's world. Loki came down, bringing the Chitauri, Thanos out there, boom, boom, boom. It's mainly people Thor would be dealing with. Him and his Asgardians would deal with them. But since he's on Earth, he got to deal with them by himself. But when you think of in the way that they use Thor, like, he wasn't in Civil War for obvious reasons. It'd have been stupid. You know what I'm saying? Who would have been rocking?
He would have fucking washed. He would have washed both teams. It'd have been like, I'm on the team with myself.
And I think that's how they gotta use Superman. Superman gotta be the anchor to the world situations. Like, if Brainiac's coming, every hero gotta be involved in that. When Doomsday came, you see, he needed Wonder Woman. He needed a couple people. When, if Bizarro came, was wilding out, somebody's going to have to help him with that. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how Superman got to be. Like, he can't be fighting Lex Luthor. Now, the way Snyder did Lex Luthor with kidnapping his mom and stuff like that, that was lit. That was disrespectful. My homeboy threw pictures of his mom at him. Like, yeah, man, listen, you know what I'm saying? I need you to go and kill Batman so the world can see that you're evil. That was the way he did Lex Luthor was very interesting. He didn't just make him just a rich guy that just was jealous. He made him envious of him being a god. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to like hate on Superman because, like, obviously I just saw Black Adam, and Black Adam's OP, but it still fucking worked. And we saw the first Man of Steel, but the first Man of Steel was Superman just coming into his own, and he just got superpowers, and then General Zod came down, and it's kind of like a match, like toe for toe. But can we keep watching that same type of I don't fucking know. I'm just trying to like formulate shit in my mind, man.
Snyder opened the window with Steppenwolf. He made him look easy. You saw how big Darkseid was looking. Like, okay. We saw Superman's competition. We saw Darkseid. We saw the threats, man. So they can do it. It's just, are they willing to make Superman the number 1 instead of Batman? That's the problem. They don't want to take away from Batman. They have to keep him at the top because that's where they think their money cash is. And you know what? That's my last question for you, because I had asked my boy this, man, and me and Jamil got into a big argument. You know what I mean? He's a huge Batman fan, Batman lover. I like Batman too. I dislike the fans though, right? So with the last Batman Robert Pattinson movie, right? I think it was dope as hell. I feel like it was too long. But I told him, I said, I think if they broke this up into like an HBO Max series, this would have been crazy. It'd have been bananas. Because there was a lot of parts where I felt like in the movie we were going and coming back. Going, coming back, going, coming back. It was a good movie, but it didn't have to be that long. You know what I'm saying? And that whole Catwoman with Falcone section, that could have been that was like one episode right there. Like 2 episodes right there. You know what I mean? And my question is, why do you think DC, for some reason, doesn't every other hero, Superman, Flash, Green Lantern probably had one. Why do all these dudes get TV shows, but Batman doesn't? Like, why do they keep him on the Beyonce side? Because he would make so much money on TV, and he's way easier to do than Superman is.
They're not going to make as much money on TV as movies, and it's already proven that Batman is going to drive in millions upon millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. That's just the way that IP is. It's been proven since the first Batman movie in the 80s, all of Tim Burton's Batmans. And it doesn't matter who they change up either, because we had George Clooney, Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, Christian Bale. Fucking, it doesn't matter what they do. They automatically know that Batman is going to draw in tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. There's no point of doing a TV series with it. That's why we're getting all these random ass TV series of Batman B, C, and D list fucking characters like Robin and the Young Justice, or we're getting a fucking Alfred series. Like, who the fuck wants to see Alfred?
I'm a big fan of the Gotham show. That one was dope. It was really dope. But that could have easily been a Batman show, though. It could have easily been that, because I look at it like Superman. Superman is, you're not doing him justice giving him a TV show. He needs a bigger budget. Where Batman's world is made for TV. He's like Daredevil. He can be fighting all these local guys without them having to do too much of a budget. They just put him out there, and I think they would still make as much money in the movies if he had a little show as well.
I don't know. I just think Batman is like that IP, and maybe it's written somewhere in Warner Brothers that if anybody wants to work on Batman, like, it has to be a movie. Because again, I'm just like thinking as far as like, if I'm an executive here, and I'm thinking about, hey, what makes the most money? What's my most valuable IP? And what is the way that I can milk this motherfucker to make the most money? And it's blockbuster movies and Batman. That's it. And we're comic book heroes, so it's like we'll take whatever. But as far as what these execs want to do, it's like, yeah, I'm sure that people have gone to them and say, hey, I want to make a strictly Batman series, and they're probably like, nah, like, you can do a one-off, you can do this and that. And, that's probably why we got a Gotham series, but Batman is fucking Junior Batman, and that's why we're getting a Penguin series as well. And I think that Batman probably, and you know why Batman is, Batman's probably the best, is because he's the one that's most grounded and down to earth. Batman is literally pretty much like Tony Stark.
Yeah,
except Batman has more depth. He has way better villains. Not even close. Batman has the best comic book villains out of any whatever. It's not even up for debate.
Him and Spider-Man, I think, got the two most relatable villains, because their villains all have their own stories and origins of, like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I know Dr. Octopus. Like, dang, man, it's sad to see my boy turn like that. You know what I'm saying? Or like other people like that. But now I totally get what you're saying about the Batman IP. It just confuses me as, why did they throw Superman like that then? He should get the same respect as Batman. Like, don't give him a show. Keep him in the big screen. Keep him in the big screen. Keep all the big dogs in the big screen. Flash needs a little show. Green Lantern can get his little show. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think Superman has made anywhere near the money that Batman has made in the box office. I think there's the allure of Batman being dark. There's the allure of Batman not having any superpowers and he's just a regular dude. There's the allure of the Batman villains are a lot more interesting than Superman's. Like, if you look at the old Superman movies, like, who the fuck was the villain? We had General Zod, but that was cool. But then it was just like Lex Luthor all over the place. It's like, all right, cool. Like, we're gonna see this fucking superhero white guy fight this rich white guy. It's like, we see that shit every day in our fucking lives. Whereas we see this rich white guy, but who's mad depressed because his parents were killed, and now he's running around this dark ass city and he's fighting fucking little maniacs who are killing people, keeping people hostage, mafia people. Like, that shit is just so much cooler than all of the other shit that DC got going on.
Oh yeah, but see, I think that's the problem. Where Superman, they were so restrictive on his budget that he only had Lex Luthor or Zod. Whereas with Batman, he has so many villains, they can't flesh them all out in movies. That's why we always get Joker, Riddler. We only get his like top 5. Whereas in a show like Gotham, we got to see all these other villains that he has that aren't as big blockbuster villains as the other guys, but we're able to still be satisfied because his world is that much bigger than Superman's. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's the shit that's working. Like, yo, it's like, if, all right, like, Batman's gonna have his own movies, and he's gonna have, what is he gonna have? Joker, Riddler, Two-Face.
Yeah.
and Bane, like those, and Catwoman. Those are like the main ones. But if I could have this fucking Robin nigga fight, who I can't even fucking think of anyone. It's like, all right, cool.
I would have loved to see. I'd have loved to see Deathstroke in one of the movies. I'd have loved that.
Yo, I agree with you, bro. When I saw Deathstroke at the end of Batman vs Superman, I was like, all right, cool. Like this is where we need to go, because Deathstroke.
Yeah.
Yeah, Deathstroke is like almost like the equivalent as far as like fighting. Like he's a genius with his fighting skills. He's cool. His mask looks cool. Man. He uses a katana. He uses other weapons. Like that's shit that we want to see. And especially if we saw him fight Ben Affleck's Batman the way Ben Affleck's Batman fights.
It'd have been glorious, bro. And see, that's what
Ben
I'm
Affleck
saying.
needs his own movie. I feel like Ben Affleck's Batman movie could smoke Robert Pattinson's movie.
And see, that's what I'm saying. That's my only problem with Batman, is that we never get to see him fight anybody that's gonna physically challenge him. The one time we did, it was Bane, and Bane whooped his ass. So we don't really get to see too many people that strike fear in him. Like once Batman get his hands on the Joker, he knocks him out. Once he gets close to the Penguin, snuffs him out. Two-Face snuffs him out. Like all them cats get hooked and it's over. But if it was like a Deathstroke or like somebody like Clayface, now I feel scared for Batman's well-being, because Clayface is one of the scariest ones he got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And seeing him be him is hard. You know,
it could definitely get crazy. And also fucking Killer Croc.
But he got done a little stanking out of Suicide. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They violated. They got to make him like. I liked what the direction they were going as far as the practical effects, but they gotta make Killer Croc like CGI. Like they gotta do half practical, half CGI. You know, do something like how they did, which I have my critiques on it, but how they did King Shark in the new Suicide Squad.
King Shark was lit.
Yeah, he was cool. His CGI was a little lazy, if you ask me, but
it worked for what it was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that movie, like, Suicide Squad, you know, and now I'm like, yo, maybe just DC, like, maybe I don't fucking know, man. I don't know. I'm always like back and forth. It's like, yo, they need to focus on their main characters. Like, why are they giving us a Black Canary HBO series?
They gotta make the main characters the super guest appearances, and that's gonna make us want that movie even more. Now, put it kind of like when you saw the cameo of Flash and Suicide Squad. It made me like, yo, I want to see what a Flash movie gonna be like. He's showing up like this and just locking these cats up. Or when I saw Batman following the Joker and Harley Quinn in the whip in Suicide Squad. So you in the first Suicide Squad, you remember Captain Boomerang was in a bank and Flash came and locked him up. And then you remember,
that Suicide. I'm bugging. I'm thinking you're talking about the James Gunn one. I was like, yo, did I miss fucking Flash?
No. And then you remember how I thought it was super dope seeing Batman following behind Joker's Lamborghini and Harley was in there.
Yes,
I want to see that on screen. Like
that's cool.
We haven't got to see the cat and mouse truly on screen like that. And
I'm with that.
Got a good, you know what I mean, dynamic.
I'm with that. That was dope. That was dope. I really like what James Gunn did with Suicide Squad. He made virtually no-name characters and made them look fucking incredible. Incredible. Yeah. Like, I don't even remember Idris Elba's character. I know that there was Peace. I always say Peacemaker or Peacekeeper, whichever one it is. John Cena as him was fucking amazing.
John Cena's Peacemaker was dope.
Yeah,
now we know him and The Rock in the same world. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I mean,
that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, John Cena would get washed though.
Easily. Easy money right there. But I
thought King Shark was funny as fuck. I also loved that he was just devouring people whole. Like, I like that shit. I liked when he fucking ripped that person in half. I just wish his CGI was just better. Not that his CGI was bad as far as like the effects, just the amount of detail that was in him. Like, he was pretty just like bland.
And you know what? In Suicide Squad 2, Starro is somebody reserved for a Superman. Those are the type of threats he needs to be fighting. And that's where they drop the ball at, man. They try to give us, the people he got, but those are the type of villains we need for Superman. Starro, people like that.
Am I paying premium? Am I paying a $27? No, I'm not even saying. Am I paying $50 because I know I'm taking my wife with me to see Superman fight Starro? No.
If it was more threatening, though, and if it was if there was somebody controlling Starro over top. Now take that same Suicide Squad story, right? Yeah. Number 2, make that a Superman story where he has to work with the Suicide Squad now. Now we talking dynamic. We talking, oh, this is kind of lit, because now Superman got to test his morals a little bit, work with people he don't like, people he locked up, work with Amanda Waller who's trying to kill him. That just brings a different dynamic, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There's definitely, there got to be some chefs in the kitchen at Warner Brothers to make this next Man of Steel.
Tell them to hire me, man. Tell them to hire me, bro. I'm in there. You know what I'm
saying? There's got to be some chefs, man. But this was dope, man. We're at like the hour mark. But yeah, man, I appreciate you hopping on, bro. I know this was fucking last minute, but that's what we fucking do. We always have these conversations every time we talk, man.
Bro, I haven't done an interview in a minute, man. So
this wasn't even like a proper interview. Like, this was just like us hopping on, just like bullshitting. But I need to get you back on again so we can talk a lot about, just how you came to be, how you built your own Konkret Comics, built your own comics conglomerate. You have a bunch of different titles that are just fucking dope. I've read pretty much all of them. I know I got a couple of your new ones that I have to read, but yeah, we need like another time reserved for this. So this is gonna go right up on YouTube. Everybody. Sure. Yeah. Everybody, if you're watching this, make sure that you subscribe, like it, and all that shit. Lonzo, you want to plug anything that you're working on, anything new that you got, any Kickstarters you got rolling out?
Well, first and foremost, I want to appreciate you for having me on, you know what I'm saying, and showing love. And your IG is one of my favorite things to watch, man. When my man Mike Myers said, when he said, "You ain't moving like me, man. I paid $4,800 for this, man. You're not moving like me, bro." But nah, man. As far as Konkret, we just finished up the Tenok #2 Kickstarter. That was successful. We finished up Watchmen. That was successful, and we're ending the year with Luna. Luna is the last book of the year for Konkret Comics. We're dropping that early November, and I'm excited for that. And I definitely want to link with you for an event I'm doing in December, where it's kind of like the yearly wrap up, talk about everything we've done and what we're about to do in 2023, and what new titles are coming, and just where we're moving, man. And as an exclusive, I'll tell you, I signed 4 new creators.
Shit.
4 new books are done, ready to roll. Early quarter. So 2023 is already in the books already. I'm looking at 2024 now, man. So
shit, bro. You know big time. I love it, man. Well, anything I can fucking do to help promote any of your new artists that you guys have, or any of your new creators in general, you got my line, man. So fucking hit me up. We'll do interviews. I'll do reviews, whatever we got to do, man. Hit me up.
Oh, you already know. That sounds like the move, bro. I appreciate you having me on, man. Keep it concrete as always. Y'all see the hats. See y'all in Baltimore this weekend, man, at Baltimore Comic-Con. And that's what it is, man.
All right, cool. And I'll see you guys at my house, because I'm going to be doing nothing but playing Modern Warfare 2. And I will also be playing the new DLC for Resident Evil. And I ain't doing shit this weekend. So, there we go. Yeah, and of course, I'm going to be fucking editing shit, but whatever. That's it. But all right, cool. I'll see you guys later. Deuces.